it just like he slapped him, and that shit looked. And Chris Rock, you could tell he wanted to hit him back, like in the moment, like a split second. He thought about it, like, damn, bro, like you really just smacked the shit out of me on live TV. It's like getting smacked in front of your closest homies
or your girlfriend, yeah,
or your girlfriend.
Yeah.
Another one, it's like he knew to open. He knew how to hit him with an open hand because he knows paper beats rock. I thought that one. I think this will be the last time anybody watches the Oscars unless somebody else gets shot on the head on live television. It needs to be like that. Somebody needs to kill themselves.
Yeah, let's dive into it.
Let's just catch up real quick. So
So-
it's something amazing, something incredible happened over the weekend, right?
Which was what?
Fucking Will Smith smacked the shit out of fucking Chris Rock. Did you watch it? You said you were at work.
Yeah, no. So I was at work with a couple of my coworkers, and I had some downtime. I hopped on Twitter, and when I hopped on Twitter, it was trending. And I looked at it, and I said, "This is deep fake."
This is deep fake.
Is that what it's called, deep fake or whatever?
Yeah, that's what
It's
they
like
say.
there's no way that this is real.
Mm-hmm.
And when I watched the even the English version, I thought it was staged.
Yeah.
Honestly. But when I saw the Japanese version where he actually uses his swear words and they weren't beeped out, I was like, oh, he's actually angry. Like he's red. And I've been in that state of mind before,
Mhm.
where your whole body becomes red like a tomato, like they say, right?
Red like a tomato?
Yeah, you never heard that expression? Red like a tomato, he's about to black out.
Bro, I noticed that when he got smacked, there was a
Yeah.
moment where he got into a stance where he was ready to hit him back.
Oh, Chris Rock?
Yeah. He like reacted like, well, you just got smacked. You would have
Right.
fucking smacked him back.
I would have smacked the fuck out of Will Smith back.
I know you would in front of everybody, dude.
Oh, yeah. I probably, yeah, I don't know. I have a ego issue where it comes to people who want to dominate me, essentially, right? Like in that moment, like this is why it's
because you're scrawny
because I'm scrawny
and you're like thin and
I have the Napoleon effect. I really
the
do.
Napoleon effect.
Yeah, the Napoleon effect.
The fuck is that?
You know, short people have like super strong attitudes, essentially.
That's is that what they call
That's what
that?
the Napoleon effect is.
Oh
is
shit!
that
Okay.
They feel like everybody's trying to challenge them at every moment of their life, everything. And because of my physical insecurities, and by the way, what was one of our last episodes? I said that my New Year's resolution that I would be in the gym.
To get
I've
taller.
been in the gym very consistently, so I'm working on this physical insecurity.
That
But
doesn't look like it.
that's fine. I mean, this shit takes time. You know, it's a marathon, not a race.
Oof.
I go every day.
You've been reading too many self-help books.
Too many self-help books.
Will Smith needs a couple self-help books. This motherfucker said, "This is not the man I want to be." Like, bro, you a grown ass man. You know exactly what you did.
Yeah, but he also had a lot of, in my opinion, he had a lot of pent-up aggression with the whole Jada thing.
But how? Why? I mean, like the
What do you
dude
mean, how?
already
Why?
knows.
Because he got embarrassed on live TV with this woman saying she wants or she was in entanglements. Like, that's fucked up. Imagine you're in love with someone to the degree that you're willing to go to jail, right? Because what Will Smith did is physical assault.
Okay, but we need to remind everybody that there have been people who have Oscars who have been rewarded for being pieces of shit.
Yeah.
And there's a big ass piece of shit that like walked away with tons of awards. Nobody's rescinded them, right? But Will Smith smacks one black guy, and all of a sudden, all the fucking media is like,
It's
"Well,
like
did that?"
America's most loved black guy. Why do
Did you
think he's
see-
hosting the Oscars?
Did you see all the great jokes people were cracking? Some
with the
in Twitter, because I live on Twitter, so
like the Fresh Prince. Or like
those are fucking
type
trash,
jokes.
bro. People who are like, "Oh, he left Fresh Prince on his face." Shut the fuck. No, those are not funny. I think it's just me. But the funnier ones were like, "Yeah, if I got smacked in front of Zoe Kravitz, I'd kill myself." Or like, if I got slapped in front of Zendaya, Zoe Kravitz, all those people on live television.
Zoe Kravitz, I can agree with. Zendaya is like, that one's okay.
I'm starting to come around on Zendaya. I'm having the Zendaya effect because I also don't find her that attractive. I don't know what it is why people find her attractive. I don't know if it's because they watched Euphoria and were like, "Oh my god." I don't even know.
No, it's.
I don't know.
From my understanding, it's more of the personality. Like she actually has a personality.
A personality?
She seems like fun. You know, like most women, like they're like hot, but they're not fun.
You don't like women because
Respectfully.
you don't like women because they don't like you back. But
Yeah, I don't like women.
No, dude. But that's the thing. Like, I thought it was hilarious. Not what Will Smith did to Chris Rock. Honestly, that shit was just straight out of left field.
Yeah.
Because The joke that he said about Jada was like, "Oh, G.I. Jane 2? Can't wait to see it." Have you ever seen G.I. Jane?
Yeah, my mom's a huge fan of the whole GI Jane concept. So
What she
what do you mean?
do you know the actress? Because I didn't know. I thought it was Natalie
I don't know
Portman.
the
It was
actress.
Demi Moore.
Oh, okay.
Natalie Portman is bald and
Oh wait, yeah.
and
No,
V
I've
for
definitely
Vendetta.
Seen it. I've 100% seen it.
okay. See, I forgot. I've seen it, but only like twice. My mom really liked that movie.
They all do.
That's all about women being
Empowerment.
empowered. Yeah, like they shave their head. Like it was like the first time women have ever felt empowered in the army, right? As far as I
Essentially,
know,
yes.
and I'm a
Yeah,
young
yeah.
man, so what do I know?
Right.
I thought that was I didn't even know she was suffering from a disease, Appalachia, or whatever, the Appalachian Mountains.
Appalachia? Okay, yeah, it was alopecia. Yes.
It's alopecia?
I suffer from the same thing.
You do not suffer from alopecia.
I think I am.
Oh
I
my
think
God, you be
I-
suffering
or-
from a lot
no,
of shit.
Because alopecia is male pattern baldness.
Let me tell you something right now. Your hair has been looking better since you broke up with that girl.
Oof.
It has been looking way better, and you've been working.
Oof.
Nature is healing itself.
Yeah,
You
ain't
look
wrong.
good.
I'm
That
eating my veggies.
good for you, man.
I got a great diet. I'm working out. I look happier. I feel happier. My beard is coming in thicker.
Your hair. I'm telling
I'm
you, bro.
growing up. I'm
Something
growing
happened,
up.
bro. Because your hair, you look like
I'm
I-
not stressing anymore.
you look like you ain't stressing.
Yeah.
But Will Smith is stressing, and I don't understand how he's not bald. He's got a
You
hairline
ever
like
heard the saying "black don't crack"?
not after what he did to Chris Rock. I saw another one. It's like he knew to open. He
That's a
knew
good one.
he knew how to hit him with an open hand because he knows paper beats rock.
Ooh,
I thought that one was kind of funny on Twitter.
that's solid.
The Twitterverse, that one was good. Another one was there was a lot of like, I would never let that happen. Oh, so one of the dumb ones was like, honestly, I didn't understand, was Ricky Gervais
Hmm.
just going in on everybody. Like I thought that's what comedians do. I thought that's why they gave him a pass
Yeah, that's
for talking shit,
Right.
like walking on the line, talking shit about their fellow stars. I get that they're all egomaniacs, and in some ways they believe they're all living this movie.
Mhm. I mean,
Oh.
they're movie stars, right?
True. And one of the here's another funny one. It's like Will Smith wins Best Actor for King Richard. I haven't seen King Richard, by the way. I don't really care. I already know how the story
no,
goes.
I'm actually really excited to watch it.
You're gonna watch it?
I want. To
I
watch
might
it.
as well watch it because he said he won Best Actor.
Yeah.
I mean, but if you've seen Pursuit of Happiness, you've seen Will Smith
Yeah,
at his best already.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
agree
at his
with
best, because that shit got me. Even I cry still watching that movie.
I always cry watching.
And
it.
it's crazy too because that's his son. Anyways, fucking, he wins Best Actor, but can't act like a human being for like 2 seconds.
No, it's different though. So here's the thing. Right?
Okay,
is
we
that
could jump-
Everyone is
okay.
like, how could you justify violence and all that? And I understand that aspect, but like, there's different. Here's the thing. It would be more justified if it wasn't live television on the Oscars. You know what I mean? Like if it's in the streets, like there's different rules to that.
But that's not the streets though. Like
It's not. But
the Will
for-
Smith was
for
high key out of
the
line. Like,
moment, Will Smith thought it was, and that's
why would he think that though?
Because it was just pent up aggression, and he was like,
What
"Yo,
What
don't
do you know
disrespect
about
my
pent up
wife."
aggression, dog? What do you know about
Oh, I
being
know.
cheated on?
Bunch about pent up.
What you know
aggression.
about being cheated on, and then, and then, if I'm remembering this correctly,
right?
they rehabilitated a young man,
Mm,
like about her son's age,
mm.
and then that fool started smashing her. Now think about it like this.
I don't know.
This is I've heard this many times already. I didn't think about it like this right away, but it was like, now imagine
Mm.
a grown man rehabilitating a young girl, sometime around your daughter's age, in the early 20s,
Mm.
and then you sleep with that girl.
Yeah, I mean it's.
That shit seems
But
like
there's
you've
always
been.
going to be that argument.
But
that,
why is
like,
it
what
okay-
if it was in a man's perspective?
That's what
right?
we all want to fuck our high school teacher when we were in high school. Like we all wanted to fuck our middle school
Yeah,
teacher.
for sure.
Like if you had that, there was this one who, I remember her. I'm not
I
gonna
wanted
say
to
her
fuck
name.
My elementary school teacher.
That's what I'm saying. But it's
What?
for as a dude,
I knew at a young age that I was gonna be super fucking horny. And
it's
that
the
I was
trauma. It's the
going
trauma.
to,
Mhm.
Like want love from beautiful women. I knew that at a young age.
That's
'cause
good that you knew that early on.
I only was attracted to beautiful women.
Because I was very ugly young.
I was also very ugly.
No, I was chubby. I was like chubby ugly.
Dude, I had
No, was I chubby
I had
cute?
a whole
I think I was
gap
chubby cute.
in my tooth.
I
right
remember
here.
you said you had a gap in your tooth.
I was so ugly that I gave a beautiful woman a very gorgeous necklace for Valentine's Day. And
Yeah.
she told me, "You're so ugly. I would never take this from you." Yeah,
Well,
that
but
shit
this
crushed
was
me.
like elementary school though,
Yeah,
right?
this is elementary school.
But you ugly though. I mean,
I
but
was
that's
ugly as
elementary.
hell.
Kids are mean, but you know,
Middle
come
school,
on.
I was ugly too, though. It wasn't until high school I got.
Like
I
you
got
grew into
blessed.
your features. Yeah, you grew
Exactly.
into your features. Yeah, you see, that's the thing though. Like, is Jada like really worth fighting over? Like, I ain't got nothing against. I don't
think-
find her attractive like that. You know, like
No,
enough.
She's a beautiful woman.
Like, how attractive do you have to be for your man to go slap another man in front of a group of people who like don't give a really don't give a fuck? Like, they'll go on living their life. Like, they're
Yeah.
all worth millions of dollars, and like that was like the biggest story, you know, of the, because the Oscars, nobody watches the fucking Oscars. The only people who do are the people who like
Right, and this
it's
is
their
why,
job. Yeah,
For me, I thought it was staged because I was like, oh, they're trying to bring viewers, right?
fucking yeah.
What do we always say? Live TV is dying. Like it is.
If not already dead.
if not already dead.
Yeah.
So to me, I was like, this got to be staged. But when you see Will, like after he smacked him, and when he smacked the shit out of him, let me tell you that walk back was something to admire.
Somebody said
Like,
he ran away
he did not run away
because like he hit
no.
him and then walked away.
He
'Cause
did-
what if
he
Chris
did
Rock-
the
okay.
most like pimp walk away, like bitch, don't ever type of shit. You know, you ever seen Hustle and Flow?
It's been a minute, but
Okay.
I've seen it. Yes.
So,
But I just
in
don't really
Hustle and
remember
Flow,
it.
You know, he's a pimp and that whole concept, but like he smacks the shit out of this bitch and he just walks away like, don't ever, right? And that's the same thing that Will did to Chris Rock. I'm not calling Chris Rock a bitch, but it was just like, oh damn, you know, he's really angry. And when you look at it from the perspective of, obviously, Chris Rock doesn't know what her name's Jada, right?
Yeah.
What Jada has been through with her alopecia.
Everybody
right?
knows what she's been through.
No,
She's
but
got a show called The Red Table
yes,
where she talks about how she used to fuck other dudes in the same house they live in with a guy they took care of. It's super normal for
See,
a
but-
woman to do that. I'm
see, but
sure it's
look-
super normal, but for a dude to do that, you'd be like,
here's the thing, right? Is it maybe she aired out the dirty laundry.
She shouldn't have
essentially,
done
right?
that.
She shouldn't have. No, it's disrespectful to your relationship.
especially when you're celebrities. Sorry,
It-
continue.
It's disrespectful to your marriage, right? Like your children
marriage,
are
yes.
watching that, and they're like, "What the hell?"
Like,
right?
is that the
Like,
example you want to set for your fucking?
Ex-
I gotta
exactly.
stop cussing.
In
I'm
my
sorry.
eyes, that's the way I feel about it. Is that the children? I mean, respectfully, but you look at the kids and you see that they're like very creative minds. Let's just put it that way, right? They don't seem like the regular children that would be born in the Smith household.
Well, hey, let's give them a break because
Why?
you know they worked really hard to
They
get what
did,
they are.
Yeah, they did.
And I'm being facetious because they come from Will Smith's family. Like, they're Jada Pinkett Smith. They're both superstars. Like, Will Smith has been a superstar since he was a teenager, and you know, their kids have a platform. Like, they start at 10. You know, all of us start at 1, 2, 3, 4.
Right.
Some people start a little bit higher. It's not like, you know, we could talk about the Kardashians, you know, and the gray area. Like, they live with their work is what they are, right?
Yeah.
Their whole thing is like publicity, marketing, being a Kardashian.
The Kardashian, yeah.
But Will Smith punching. I hate it when I saw the first takes. Some people were like, he punched him.
Yeah, he
I'm
didn't
like,
punch
shut
him.
the fuck up. Like, you're just being a dramatic white bitch.
Yeah,
for
somewhat to a certain extent, I do agree with that. There were some very out of line people that were like, and someone said it too.
Nah,
they
dude,
said,
it's
what
funny.
If it was a white man to a white man. I'm like, why are we bringing race into this shit? Like, it's not about race.
It's not about race.
It's about
No.
respect at the end of the day.
Yeah, like I saw, like again, like Will Smith. I think what he did was just straight up, like almost very childish.
Mm.
I get it though. He
Mm.
did it in front of everybody, and he did it like real quick.
Mm.
Like, he just did it, and then it was done. And then like Chris Rock, good for him on the composure. Like,
Yeah.
he bounced right back, and
Yeah.
I could the look on his face. He was just like, "Where the fuck am I right
But
now?"
I mean, even in Everybody Hates Chris, Chris says like his dad used to beat the shit out of him.
Nah,
Like,
but that's he's
he's used to that.
it's fucked up that like Will Smith it does seem kind of like a bully
Mm.
type of thing. Like, he would like why would he do that? You know, I get like it.
Nah,
You
it's-
think
it's
psychologically
different, bro.
speaking, like Will Smith is upset, and Jada didn't seem to like the joke because it had to do with her disorder.
Right.
I don't even,
But this is the thing is you don't.
and I understand black women here, like the respect.
It's not that you don't understand.
I
what-
don't. I'm not a woman
what-
or black.
right. So I'm not either, but I can understand to a certain extent, like that with any disorder, you would feel very insecure about it, and you're looking for all these treatments to help you with it, right? And then you go on national TV, and you probably, let's say tonight, she feels super confident, right? Like she's like, I'm the shit. I'm gonna be with my husband. I'm gonna look good, all this. And then the first thing she hears about her hair just throws her over the edge, and now she feels unconfident. She doesn't want to be there. It's a domino effect. You know
Okay,
what I
so
mean?
in the past, you've once asked me to be like, "Hey, can you please not bring this up? Can you please not say this?"
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can understand like if off camera you were like, "Hey, David, like, can we just not talk about this? Can we not talk about that?" And then I bring it up, and then you
Yeah.
get upset. I can see that.
But he also didn't know that Chris Rock was going to.
We don't know that.
Up. No, they don't get a fucking itinerary.
They
before.
do. Some of them do. Sometimes because it's a lot of it is scripted. All of that shit is scripted, dude. Unless
Okay,
that's why
okay.
like when that
Okay.
happened, it was off.
Script.
Yeah,
Essentially.
and it really was like a disruption, and he did disrespect the people receiving the next award in that moment because it's a ceremony. Like, sure, besides it's just a bunch of fucking rich people throwing themselves a party, you know, to celebrate their
success.
their success.
And that's what it is. at the end of the day.
Then yeah, he did disrespect them. This is a ceremony, dog. Like he should have checked himself because he knew he was gonna win the Oscar. Like in some way, like, you know, people sometimes just know. Like, I haven't seen King Richard, but if he won Best Actor for it, good for him. He didn't even apologize.
I think for him,
He
there
made it-
wasn't that many good movies
he
out,
ma-
so he was like, "Yeah, I won."
He made it about himself. The whole thing was
The speech.
not just the speech, but the slap, because he made the whole everybody's now we're talking about it. Everybody's like Will Smith,
know,
Will Smith this, Will Smith
Yeah.
that, Chris Rock. Chris Rock, he's gonna be fine, but honestly, like behind the scenes, I probably wouldn't talk to Will Smith for like a cool minute. I'd be like upset. I'd be like, yo, bro, like I'm a comedian. I made a joke about your wife. My bad. You know, I didn't mean it. Like, I didn't
Right,
realize it would
and-
affect you so much. But bro, like you really like.
And that's the thing, is it's squashed after that. So that's
No.
the rule of the street, right? Is
No,
like
they're
when
just-
the physical altercation happens.
Men-
if you feel disrespected,
Yeah.
then afterwards it's essentially squashed. If it's so bad to the point where, you know, someone's like, "Oh, I gotta bring something back," type of shit, right? Then
You
yeah,
think-
you get the fuck up out of there.
You think he's gonna retaliate? And how long do you think before Chris Rock starts making jokes again about Will Smith?
I
Like right
think-
away?
I think the beef is. I mean, I don't think there was beef to begin with. So I think Will Smith was just telling him like, "Yo,
Bro, you know
just
how
don't disrespect
do you
me
know
or
how
my family."
you
That's
know
really
how
all it
sometimes
was.
things in hindsight you look back, you're like, oh, it wasn't that bad in the moment, but then in then hindsight you reflect on it and you're like, damn, that shit really happened. I feel like that's what's gonna happen. Like, it's gonna settle and Chris Rock is gonna hit back hard or some shit. Like, it doesn't matter. I don't know. It just like he slapped him and that shit looked. And Chris Rock, you could tell he wanted to hit him back. Like in the moment, like a split second, he thought about it. Like, damn, bro, like you really just smacked the shit out of me on live TV. It's like getting smacked in front of your closest homies
or your girlfriend, yeah,
or your girlfriend.
yeah.
Look, for
Or your
me,
wife
look,
or-
I haven't gotten into a fight with anybody over a girl. I haven't ever.
Yeah,
My
me
own
neither.
securities have gotten in the way of being with a girl. So I would say my own worst enemy is myself.
Always.
But for me to stand up and like deal with it in the moment, I would have to really be already on edge, I think, right now. Like it must have been a long ass
That's
fucking
what I'm
day.
saying. It was pent up aggression, and he was like, "Yo, y'all gonna stop playing me."
But
Like,
that
this-
shit was
he's
selfish.
okay, yes, I can agree with that from your point of view. Yes, it was selfish for him to smack the shit out of him and tell him like, "Yo, don't disrespect me or my family." And yeah, at the end of the day, this Oscars will be most watched because of what he did. Yes.
Nobody cares. I think this will be the last time anybody watches the Oscars unless somebody else gets shot in the head on live television. It needs to be like that. Somebody needs to kill themselves.
Who went out like that?
In the movie The
Lincoln.
Joker,
Lincoln.
No, he
But
was in a
no, he was at a
theater,
play. He was
and
at
they
a
got
play.
and they got him with a cheap shot. They got him with a cheap
He
shot.
got shot in the head.
He got shot in the back of the head. That's a cheap shot, bro. Like, should have shot him straight up. Like, hey, look at me, dude. Look at me. And then shot him. Don't fucking pussy. Look, here's the thing. So because we don't have to linger on it for too long, because I want to
Right.
know your opinion. Like, what do you do if your girl gets disrespected? Where are you drawing the line? Because I know you got a short temper.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely have a short temper to a certain degree. I've really worked hard on that over the years, and I'm getting a lot better with it. But if my woman was disrespected, depending, truthfully, depending on like how much I love her and how
Okay, let's
how
say your
angry I
wife.
am.
Let's say your wife.
My wife,
Do you believe in marriage? Yes? No? Let's just say you're married.
Somewhat.
All right, let's just say you're married. You're
Yeah.
married, your wife, and you have children. You
mm.
got a family. You've been together 20 years.
Here's the biggest thing.
I'm setting the scenario up. What do you do?
I understand.
What do you do?
But this is.
I just
why-
said your girl got such a fat ass. You could park 10 Tahoes on it. I know that's like the only one I got, but
Okay. Depending how I know you, you know.
okay.
That's what like yeah. I mean, don't say that shit about my girl. I don't feel cool with that, but I'll probably laugh because I know you.
No,
if
no,
I
no.
don't
But
know
I'm
you, I'm
asking.
gonna look at you stupid. Like, who the fuck are you talking to?
Okay. No,
You're
but
not talking
doesn't.
to me.
But isn't that
And
make?
if you're like, yeah, I'm talking to you, then
Okay, look.
I'm older now, right? So this
I'm
is,
older now. Shut
this
the
is the
fuck up.
problem, right? Is that like no, because I've thought about this multiple times within the past couple of months because I've been in some really weird situations. But if I get into a physical altercation and I hit someone the wrong way or they hit me the wrong way, or, you know, let's just say the fight lingers and police show up, we're both going to jail now.
Okay, don't think about it too much. What are you gonna do
No,
to
you
defend your
have to
girl?
think about it like
No.
this.
Okay. I didn't realize you were gonna deconstruct the whole situation.
You have to, though.
Well,
This
'cause look,
is-
no,
this
bro,
is what happens
if
in
this
those
okay,
moments.
seriously, if somebody okay, look, so that's what you're doing. So you're still gonna defend your girl. You're gonna get into a physical altercation. Is that what you're doing
If I
over a joke?
if I am married,
Over a joke.
depends how disrespectful the joke is.
This depends on okay,
Yeah,
because some
that's
motherfuckers
what
have
I'm
wanted to
gonna do.
kill other motherfuckers over a joke.
Hmm?
Have you ever watched The Sopranos? I don't know how recently you have.
No,
If ever?
I
Okay,
It's been a
there's
long
this
time.
fucking character. I'm blanking out. I should already know his fucking name, but his wife is overweight,
Mhm.
right? Technically obese,
Mhm.
and she's got, she's like a fucking planet. She can kind of generate her own gravity, is what I'm saying. All right.
I'm
And
getting it
they're at a
now.
dinner, and some dude cracks a joke about her. Says, "Hey, I heard Jenny's getting a 95-pound mole removed from her ass, cause she's got a fat ass." And I'm not saying she's got a fat ass. She's got a fat ass.
She looks like an ant.
But without the slim waist.
Got it.
She's like a roundish.
Okay.
And the joke is everybody cracks the fuck up. They hear the dude. He finds out about the joke.
Uh-huh.
And he wants revenge, bro. He wants revenge.
Yeah, of course.
He wants to kill him. He wants to kill him because he cracked the joke. He then goes on to he proceeds to explain to his fucking members, this motherfucker disrespected my wife, and nothing is gonna happen. And everybody looked at him stupid. He's like, it was a joke, and it meant nothing. And everybody knows your wife is fat, and it's not. And we don't like. It's not like.
We don't look at the the physical part of it.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate because she's lying to him about this is what women be doing. They be lying, bro. Women are liars.
Yeah, they're very manipulative.
They're very manipulative. They're
Yeah.
dangerous. They're chaos.
They can be.
They are. We are order.
To all the women, listen to this.
Don't
guy.
listen to me. The
Listen to
fuck? You
this
don't know
guy.
what I'm talking about.
This guy's a guy, huh?
I'm not that guy.
They can be. I mean,
She ends up fucking. She's like on a diet, right? Eating salads and shit. The moment they leave, they finally reveal that she's been hiding candy in the basement, right? He catches her eating sugars, and she's all upset, and he's fucking pissed. He's like, "What the fuck? This and that. I've been paying for this, for that." I mean, only for
that's
him
fair.
to die of smoking. I mean, of lung cancer.
right.
Truly unfortunate.
Right.
But he deserved it. He was a piece of shit. I mean, they all are hypocrites, full of them. And is Will Smith a hypocrite for doing what he did, defending his wife, even though he didn't keep that same energy with the people that were physically cheating on her? You know what I'm saying? You talk
But
about a
this
woman's
is what
disorder,
I mean, right?
Mhm.
Maybe to him, he was like, "All right, enough disrespect is enough. I'm gonna show people, right? Everybody has a breaking point.
Why did he have to show everybody?
Everybody
That
has
just.
a breaking point.
But
Is that fair to say?
okay, that is true. People do have breaking points, but that was his breaking point.
I believe it was.
Bro, on Chris Rock, something. It had to be something. It can't just have been her disorder.
Yeah, you could look at it from
Because her face. Did you see her reaction to the joke?
I'm sure she laughed a little.
Nah, she didn't laugh.
Uh-huh.
She got that like, oof, like that one was a little too far for me.
That's my point, right?
But Will had a smile on his face, and I feel like maybe he had embarrassed himself in front of her because she was like, oof, and he had that smile, like, oh, haha, like that was kind of good, that was funny.
But maybe he was registering the joke late. Is that fair to say? I do that sometimes. I know you do. You don't register a thought late. Don't say you don't. You sound stupid if you do.
What? I don't even know. No, a joke though. Like I get it. Like if a joke goes too far.
No, but like let's say he was laughing at the last one, right? And he's like, "Oh, that was funny," and then he cracks this one. He's like, "Wait a minute."
No, because if it flew over his head, that's on him.
No,
it didn't. If it didn't fly up. That's why he got upset.
David, look, I'm gonna put it this way, okay? There are certain rules, and every guy will tell you this, right?
Tell me what the rules are.
Every guy will say that you can disrespect me, you can disrespect whatever the fuck I have going on in my life, but you never disrespect my family. And once you disrespect family, what usually happens? There's a physical altercation.
Yeah.
Because everybody knows you don't disrespect family. Like, your family has their own shit, and you know that, and you deal with that.
Yes.
It's the same way, like, if anyone was to talk shit about my family, I'm going to check that situation real quick. Talk shit about me all you want. Yes, I'm a piece of shit. Yes, I don't have my life together. All that, whatever. That's fine. But once you start going into my family, I'm cutting you short.
Okay, like, I see what you're saying. So yeah, so that's where you draw the line.
That's where everyone or not everyone.
Not everyone.
I believe you should draw the line. Yeah, family's important.
I do agree with that.
It took me a long time to realize that, though. A very long.
Again, though, you can bust and crack jokes with people. I think it's fair. I just thought it was a little. That's where I find it's inappropriate because they're in a live setting, and it's not like it's not. I don't know the truth about Will and Chris. Having spoken about him maybe not making any jokes about his wife because again, it seemed to me like in the moment, Will was mad about something else. And because he said, keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth. And it's like.
Sounds like pent up aggression, no?
And
like to the world, not just Chris Rock. Like Chris Rock got the bad end of the shtick. Right?
Got the back end of a backhand. No, it was an open hand, straight up just.
But that's what I'm saying. Like unfortunately, he was the victim in the end, right? But Will is pissed off, like, and he has every right to be. Yes, Jada shouldn't have aired out the dirty laundry. She's stupid for that. Respectfully, that is just like, no, because look, people go to fucking marriage counseling for that. That's where you air out your dirty laundry. Same with relationship counseling, right? Like, that's why you go to that, to be like, hey, look, he cheated on me. I don't feel okay with that. I want to do this to his best friend or whatever the fuck it is, right? Like, no, because hell hath no fury like a woman's scorn. My mother taught me it. And it's
hell hath no fury like a woman's scorn?
Hell hath no fury like a woman's
Your mother
scorn.
Is not wrong. You should listen to her more often.
I know.
Because, yes, women health hath fucking horth. Whatever the fuck that meant. No, for sure. Like, yeah, they do. When they get mad, bro, you better be ready to be able to handle it.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, though. Just some final thoughts on Will Smith and what he did on Sunday. That, for me, like, it happened, and then I had moved on with my life.
Yeah, of course.
I was just like...
Or you thought you did. You're talking about it today.
Yeah, it's just... Well, we're talking about it today because it's our job.
Okay.
It's our job to talk about what's relevant and important in life, minus the Ukrainian situation, whatever the fuck, which has nothing to do with us.
Yeah.
And it has everything to do with us. Well, I just was like, I kind of moved. I was like, oh shit, he smacked him. I didn't even see it live. I just saw it I saw it on Twitter. I was like, oh damn, he smacked him. I forgot where I was at a friend's birthday party. And
the thing I thought about is how one of our friends always says, "I'll smack the goofy out of you."
I'll smack the goofy out. Ooh, that's a good one. He did definitely smack the goofy out of Chris Rock in that moment because he stumbled. He was shook. Yeah.
He was like, "Wow, that really just happened."
He's like, "I've never been smacked by a grown ass man." Unless it was his father, actually.
Yeah, more than likely.
It was probably his father. So he was used to it. That's a good
To
one.
a certain extent,
See, like
too,
you just
right?
didn't even laugh at my joke. I said, yeah, Chris Rock. I'm sure this is not the first time he's been slapped by a grown ass man. And a grown ass. Well, what if it was Jada who went up there and smacked him?
Yeah.
Would that shit have been crazy?
That would be crazy.
You think he would have reacted and been like, "What the?" You know? Nah.
No.
Nah, he would have taken
Nah,
it. Okay,
Chris Rock is. He's not.
he's a good man
Yeah.
for
he's-
not having reacted the way he did.
He's a good man and he's very content with who he is.
I hope that's the case.
That's the thing.
Hey,
Like,
man.
Chris Rock doesn't try to be someone he's not.
He's from
And
Brooklyn,
that's why
right?
when you say like
Mhm.
Chris Rock looked like he was about to like swing back at him, no, he wasn't. I'm not saying he's a bitch. I'm not saying that by any means. I'm just saying Chris Rock is very comfortable in his own skin and he knows he's not a fighter.
Those
That's
kinds of.
what it is.
He's a
at the end
human
of the day.
being. Something Will was not.
In the moment.
What's
I
your? You got
guess
any
you could
final
say
thoughts
that.
on this fucking debacle?
The back?
No, it was nothing. It was. He
No.
just. It's too.
I- My
Two people
final
just
thought
smacking
would
it.
be that, the world needs to stop disrespecting Will Smith. Simple as that. Like,
No, Jada needs to stop disrespecting the boy.
no, the world. It's
It's too big.
disgusting
It's too
how-
late.
How we like laugh at, the pain and the trauma he's.
You're
gone through.
supposed
Like,
to.
that shit
Life is
fucked up.
suffering, dog. There's no reason to be sad about things that are out of your control.
Life is suffering, but not everyone is supposed to know you're suffering, and that's the difference.
Bro, allow yourself to be a little more open-hearted. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Let's move on from this
Yeah.
because Will should have been. He should have fucking checked himself. What else we got? I wanted to talk about a little bit. Just a little bit about my trip.
Okay. Yeah.
Just because I fucking had a bit of an experience getting there. I never
Did you
travel.
miss your flight again?
I wish I missed my flight. I had
Damn.
the worst time ever. I hate traveling. People, if you've been a regular viewer, anybody who watches past 10 minutes of this goddamn show
Mm.
that I fucking throw together, I feel like flying is just the act of, it's just like traveling. I hate the act of traveling. Like, I don't like going anywhere. I want to just be there already. I don't want to have to deal with, having to get on a plane and then get off and then get my
You're
luggage.
spoiled, bro.
I'm
Our
s-
ancestors spent 3
Days getting to a
3
place.
months or like years trying to get to
This
where
point
the
in
fuck we
technology.
are right
yeah.
now. Like,
They need to
no,
hurry
not
the
technology.
fuck
What? No,
up.
we're
They
not
need to
talking- I'm talking about land, motherfucker.
land. What do you mean land?
Like when motherfuckers had to travel on boats, people used to die on boats.
That's
trying to
fucking
get
true, bro.
here.
That's fucking
And you're
sucks.
bitching about
I'm
getting
bitching.
on a fucking plane.
I'm bitching
Shut
because
up.
air travel is
Shut up.
it's the safest way to travel, and I fucking hate it.
My
I
sister would agree with you. Actually, she hates air travel.
Fucking hate it. I hate traveling in general, dude. Like, can we just be there already? Like, fuck. Here's the thing. I
Yeah.
get to my flight, and of course, my dumbass, you know me, I can't sleep sometimes. So I was up for I was asleep for like 4 hours. And then I get up, get ready, go to the fucking airport. My
Did you
flight,
get there 2 hours before?
of course, I got there with enough time that things were going well.
Okay, good. I like it.
This trip cost me a lot more than I thought, in hindsight.
Yeah.
This is why I don't like traveling. I gotta make sure I come up with a good title for this section of the video, because I gotta start time stamping things. We're going professional.
Yeah. Go on.
My flight, I get there with time. Like, I'm not one with good time management, and you know this. I need to start planning shit out so I have the day that I want.
Mm.
I get there with enough time. I get on the plane. I feel like I already forget something. Every time I travel, I feel like I'm forgetting something. That's just how it is. And I did. I forgot my Clear Eyes. I needed a bottle of Clear Eyes because I like to smoke a little bit before I get on the plane because it's nice and relaxing, and I don't get to deal with people and like the anxiety of like.
So you had to buy Clear Eyes for like $10 from.
No, I didn't buy them.
Market.
I just dealt with it because I was fucking tired. And again, like, I thought to myself, yeah, I'm gonna sleep on the plane 3 hours, not a big deal.
It sounds like it's catching up to you. You still a little jet lag?
No, I'm not jet lag. I dealt with it as soon as I got back. What happened next was I get there.
Mhm.
And I got there early. I got there like around 3:00. And mind you, everything that I had reserved and stuff, I always, when I plan a trip, this is one thing I've learned. The earlier you plan it, the cheaper it'll be.
Yeah.
All right. So there's that. I get there early that the rental service tells me, "Oh, hey, we don't actually have the vehicle
Request.
you requested yet.
Mm.
We're gonna need, if you don't mind, we're gonna give you this one."
What
which
did they accommodate you with?
They accommodated me with the worst, the fucking jankiest SUV ever, dog. I thought if I had gone, it was broken already, it was damaged. I was like, "There's no way I'm paying for this."
Wait,
But
for real?
Yeah, I had no choice. I swear to God, it was janky.
What rental service did you use?
I used
Hertz?
it was the
You
most
use Hertz, huh?
no, it was the most economic
That's what.
rental service in Guadalajara, because I'm on a budget, I'm not like,
That's fair.
I've never ever splurged like in that way. Like,
Yeah.
I only ever splurge on myself when it comes to things.
So, respectfully, why do you travel if you're not going to splurge?
There's no reason to splurge. What do you mean splurge? Like,
I
what are you
think
splurging on?
Okay, I don't think you need to splurge on. Truthfully, having stayed at like 5-star and 4-star hotels, I don't think you need to splurge on the hotel. I would be fine like staying at a hostel or whatever. But I think you should splurge on the activities and the transportation for sure.
Okay,
'Cause
there's
you
a
want comfort.
I've drawn a line
Mm.
where I'm just like, it's not worth it. I'm gonna pay a little extra for the convenience and the comfort, because there's just nothing I would like. I'd have to be balling on a budget
Yeah.
for me to realize that I need to just keep it below this line. But no. I've had enough experience to know when to pay enough for something and when not to pay enough for something.
Okay.
For example, this car, which I paid about like $5 a day for,
Okay.
right? Not bad. That doesn't include gas, but it did include insurance and stuff. What bothered me the most was like, I get there, I'm tired, I want to go see my girlfriend already. I want to get there already.
Wait, this is big news. You actually have a girlfriend.
For the first time in years, yes. Let's see how long this lasts. No, let's see how long I can. Let's see if I can follow through with something at least. At least finish something.
I mean, you've started the process. We're what 30 episodes in, right? Like
we're
that's
technically
an
more than 30
accomplishment
episodes
in
in, but
itself.
30 official episodes, yeah. And I've been doing this longer, since, because I started it over a
Yeah.
year ago, and I just have the experience. I know what the fuck I'm doing. I'm just a fucking bum who's scared of his own shadow and hasn't learned how to integrate it yet. Like, I'm learning. I'm a monster. You have to understand, like, I'm a monster.
Where the fuck are you going?
You're
with
not a
this?
good person. Like, I get the vehicle,
Yeah.
and the fucking thing, I'm like, I'm not gonna make it, because the car felt like it had no brakes. It felt like it had no
Holy
power
shit.
steering. The left view mirror, the side view mirror was broken.
So it felt like your truck.
No, it felt worse. It
Oh,
honestly
damn,
felt.
for real.
I'm not even kidding. It felt like I couldn't go past 80 kilometers an hour. By the way, like, I'm gonna just use kilometers an hour, but I'll just say it was like 45 miles an hour. I could not for the life of me go faster than that, because I was afraid the fucking vehicle would just break down. I didn't even notice the tires were almost worn out. Here's another thing. The person is like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna turn it into you, but it has no gas." I'm like, "What the fuck?" He's like, "But no, you should have enough gas to make it to the next gas station." I was like, that was like my biggest gripe. I'm like, "Fuck you guys."
Why didn't you just pay like 15 a day for the car?
15 a day? Are you
For a
joking?
new car?
No, that is hella expensive.
$15 a day?
Yeah. Dude. No.
Bro, you pay $130
Stop.
for a rental.
You are
here
not
a
doing
day.
the math right. $15 a day, that adds up for 15 days. $5 a day is a lot more acceptable. That's like the third of the price.
Yeah, but
See, you're over here like,
look
bro.
what you got out of it.
No, but here's
Now you
the.
have a whole story to complain about. Keep going.
Okay, because this is what
Shut up
happened.
and
Because he
keep
said to me, he's like, "Hey man, go ahead, come back and return the vehicle at your leisure, and we'll happily, give you a better one." Okay, no big deal, right?
All right.
That was just the beginning of my experience. I get on the road, and my GPS signal. I'm in Guadalajara city, and I'm in like the area, and like my GPS is still kind of like catching up to itself. Like the satellites over Mexico aren't exactly aligned. I'm like using my phone to like accurately represent where the fuck I am. I'm doing this because it's what it tells you to do. It tells you to do a figure 8 or show you where it's at. I get on the wrong exit twice, bro. And there's only like 3 major highways, and that's the issue, because there are no like there are no like
Yeah.
like redirecting fucking highways
Highway,
until you
yeah.
get to a fucking U-turn, which is about 20, which is about like 15 miles, you know,
Mm,
from where the entrance is, and then you turn around and you got to drive the 15 miles
That's
back.
kind of far.
It sound, you know, we also forgot to mention my boy right here. You want to go ahead and make that a huge announcement?
Guys, I finally did it. I am licensed. I am a 25-year-old male, and I am licensed.
Congratulate.
And I have a car.
Yes, congratulations. Now let's move on with our life. I get this fucking vehicle, and I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna die. I finally, after driving, literally, I lost about 45 minutes of driving back and forth. It was just fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
I get on the correct one, mind you. I tell you that this vehicle that I'm driving, this SUV, this piece of shit SUV, is. I feel like I'm not gonna make it. I'm like, I have to drive like a fucking grandma, and I'm also like tired. Like I close my eyes and I feel like I lose a second or two. Totally not cool. I get into this like line to get past a toll booth, and I just see there's like a large, you know, convoy of trailers and large trucks.
Oh, you're in cartel area.
Shit, maybe.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm in line and there's another vehicle in front of me. I'm like, I've got my foot rested on the brake, and I'm just kind of like looking at my phone to make sure I'm going correct. Like I'm scanning the map, you know, pinching and zooming. And boom, I hit this woman in front of me, dude. I try to brake. The vehicle does nothing. No stopping distance. I'm moving at a snail's pace.
You be, what is it? You be.
I was a little
You
high.
do tail ride? What is it?
Tailgate. But no,
Tailgate,
I was
yeah, you
not.
tailgate the fuck out of people. I've watched you
No,
drive, dude.
no.
Yes.
Here's the thing. I tried to stop with all my power, only to realize that shit would not fucking stop.
So they set you up.
They did not just set me up, dog. That shit felt like that shit felt like I'm like, oh my god, like this would happen to me. I'm alone. I've got who am I gonna call? Well, I mean, I now have people I can call, but I was like,
you weren't in the vicinity of where you needed to be. Yeah.
The lady comes out of the vehicle. I can already tell by the way she's dressed. She was a bit like, you know, well formed. She looked like She looked like a member of society. You know, like a modern society. So I was like, okay, maybe I can deal with her. Like I was happy it wasn't some, you know, village person. You know, some small town person. Might have tried to fucking, you know, 13 The Hills Have Eyes me or some shit. You know, Texas Chainsaw Massacre me or some shit. Yeah. She's like, yo, like, hey, like, look what you've done. I just literally got this car. It's been 15 days off the lot. She's like looking at the damage, fucking touching it with her hand, like shaking the vehicle, trying to shake it. I'm like, you know, chill the fuck out. Chill the fuck out. Like nothing happened. Like I made a dimple in in the bottom part of your vehicle where like no one can tell. And it looks like.
How much did you give her?
I give her the equivalent of about
like 50 bucks.
Not like $80.
80. Yeah.
But it was like 1,500 pesos, which is about whatever we Googled it. It's like the equivalent of close to $100.
Yeah.
All right, around there.
I mean, it checks out. It's a little fender bender. Yeah.
Not even a fender bender. I barely bended shit. I gave her like a dimple and a small scratch because my license plate just pushed into hers. Now,
and so you're already down $105.
Yes, because I basically told, because she's like, oh, I'm on my way to work, and they called the appraisers, and they're like, oh, we'll be there in 2 hours, and I'm over here telling my girl, yeah, I'll be there, but there's a bunch of traffic. You know, I told everybody there was a bunch of traffic.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously later I told them the truth, but I told them there was a bunch of fucking traffic, and she's like, oh yeah, it's Friday. There's a bunch of traffic. I'm like, yeah, I know. And I was supposed to be there like 3 hours before, like 2 hours before. Which pisses me off because we would have. Never mind. Look.
Yeah.
I fucking finally give her the money, and her husband, who happened to live in the U.S. You know, I tried to negotiate with him. I was like, hey man, I can send you the money if you just download this app, and I will send it to you. What app? Fucking Cash App, PayPal, whatever the fuck. Zelle, yeah, but his dumbass doesn't know how to use Zelle, so that shit had gotten on my nerves. It wasn't until I talked to him about it, like I said, hey, can you please talk to your wife and tell your wife that we want to you know, I just need to send her the money so that she understands that we're gonna fix it. You know, I didn't want to make her think that, oh, I'm gonna try and run away and not pay her for anything. So the next thing that happens is she's like doing the calculations on her phone, like, oh yeah, let me see how much you're actually giving me.
Right.
And I was like, look here, this is what I'm giving you, because I
Yeah.
had like some I had American dollars and regular
some
dollars.
pesos,
Yeah, some, yes. I
You
give it.
hadn't gone to exchange yet,
I
or did you
had
not plan on exchange?
I had not gone yet because I had already I already had some in my pocket.
Yeah.
I go to the. I finally get her off my back.
$80 is good though. To be fair.
She wanted $180.
Yeah.
And
that's really good.
yeah,
for getting out of that.
yeah, and I was.
Especially because that's completely your fault.
It was my complete. Yeah, and I told her, look, hey, I'm not going anywhere. I'll make sure you get this done. She just was so like anxious
Yeah.
because she had. It seemed to me she had never been in an accident before,
Got it.
and so she
got
didn't
it.
really know how to like, you know, like
Negotiate
go through the
and
formal
what to
process
do,
of doing
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Anyways, I finally get her off me. I get to the. Remember, I'm in the line for a toll booth,
Yeah.
so I get to the toll booth and I don't have a single peso on me.
Mm.
And they look at me like, oh, why? You can't pay with dollars. I'm like, well, can you help me out? Can you change them for me? Give me the difference. They're like, yeah, we'll give you the
And
difference.
You explain to them. The
I
whole
explained to them.
situation.
Mind you, there's a line of trailers, a convoy
yeah.
of them behind me.
Everybody's pissed off.
The guy's like, hey, can you please, move to the
over
right?
the
Yeah.
side and we'll
I
figure
was
it
like,
out.
yo, I panicked a little bit right there. I'm like, oh, fuck. They're going to make me wait. They're going to make me talk or some shit. I'm like, fuck, no, dude. I did not want to waste more time.
Yeah.
The guy's like, I was like, okay, can you let me through? He's like, no, sir, you're going to have to back up and move over. I'm like, back up and move over? I said this in my head. I'm like,
Yeah.
there's a fucking line of trailers behind me. There's no way I'm doing that. He's like, I'll help you. I'm like, all right, whatever. I go a little bit forward, a little bit back, forward, back. Like, just wiggling myself to the side.
Yeah.
By the time I get all the way to the side, the supervisor comes, tells me where I'm going, where I came from, this and that. No big deal. He's like, oh, I know where you're going. Here's the difference for the $20 that I was trying to give them to just let me go.
Yeah.
Fucking finally, I get through it. On the way there, my GPS tells me go straight and then make a right into one of these exits.
Okay.
I again make the same mistake because the signs there come up like right before the entrance. Most of the time, we have like here we have like 2.5 miles
This is,
before.
like, the next exit.
Yeah, it's
type
coming
of
up.
thing.
Nah, here it's like, oh, you should already know it's coming up.
Yeah.
I was totally thrown off by that. I can't believe I didn't even, because I was so tired. I couldn't pay attention well, so I had to focus really hard. Finally, I get to the town, bro. Meet up with my girl. It was great. I had to ask her again if she really wanted to date me because I had no idea. I was so self-conscious about it.
Yeah.
But that worked. It worked out pretty well.
Yeah.
Fucking the first weekend there, we had a great time. Went to Guadalajara City. Went bar hopping. Had a blast, bro. It was
Nice.
it was incredible. We got hella fucked up. I mean, I drove,
Yeah.
but I didn't drink like that. They drank. Fucking, we got to the last place. My cousin ordered like 4 bottles of Prosecco, and I was like, fuck no, dude. I am done.
Did you see my reaction?
Yeah, dude. Sheesh, bro. I stopped drinking like when they ordered the second one. I was like, let me not refill my
Honestly,
cup. Yeah.
I usually stop drinking 2 days before my trip's going to end
Why do you stop drinking?
because I don't like I have really bad hangovers and I don't want to be hungover on a plane.
You have bad hangovers because you don't drink enough water.
I drink so much water.
And it's the sugar. It depends what you drink too. Maybe
That's really what it is.
it might, you know what? Maybe
I like fruity drinks, so it's usually filled with some sugar for sure.
I don't even like to say things like, oh, I don't get a hangover or anything like that. No, it's like hangovers are just a thing. Like, you're not cool if you don't get a hangover just because you didn't get a hangover.
Fuck. When people say I don't get hangovers, I'm like,
That's nothing to be proud of, dude. They just probably
they're
have
usually raging alcoholics, but
nothing
respectfully.
nothing to be proud of. I mean, good for them. I mean, I don't really care. But that weekend was beautiful. We spent the whole day Saturday. We drank, ate like delicious fucking tequila, mezcal.
Where'd you visit in Mexico? It's Mexico City, right? Mexico.
No, I went to Guadalajara City first, but then I did go
Guadalajara
to
City, okay.
Ciudad Mexico. I did go there. Fucking.
I love that name, Ciudad de Mexico.
That's literally just Spanish for city of Mexico.
I know it is.
You're
I
fucking
know it is,
ugly.
but I love the way it sounds. It's just so cool.
No, dude, I get to
I'm white. Let me be.
Look, and through the week she was working, so no big deal. We had a full weekend, full of drinks, full of food. It was super nice. Hung out with some of her friends because, from what I know, I'm another one of her, in the long line of dudes who've tried to be with her, I guess.
Oh, I got it.
And cool that she's chosen. Anyways, I'm being dramatic.
What was your favorite meal
Of that weekend?
Yeah. You're not a big fish guy, huh?
Yeah,
You are?
I eat a lot of everything as long as I like it.
Okay.
And once I've tried, I know what I like. You know,
Yeah.
It depends. Why? Like oysters and stuff. We had oysters.
Oysters
We
are
had
good.
like
I like oysters.
like finger food, like tapas. It's kind of like
Okay.
you know what I'm talking about,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
It's like food you just grab and eat and stuff. Like nothing heavy. I did something that pisses me off about every time I go out and eat meat over there is that I don't know how to ask for the right temperature of this certain cut. It's called arrachera.
Oh, I love arrachera.
I do too.
Yeah.
But I never know how to ask for it, and I can tell when it isn't cooked properly. I can
Yeah.
tell when it hasn't been thawed out properly because
Yeah.
it's a little raw in the middle, and it doesn't cook well. Like it needs to be rested. I mean, it needs to be room temperature at the very least, or I can tell. Or I'll send it back,
Feel
bro.
free
I don't care.
to correct me, but you're talking about asada, right? When you're talking about arrachera.
Okay, arrachera, yeah, is asada. It's
Okay.
it's a cut,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Like
yeah.
flank steak.
It's like, yeah,
It's a different type of
like
cut.
carne asada. Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, that's how I usually have.
Mhm.
mine.
It's just the name for the cut, right?
Mhm.
I order it. That was like one of the first places we went to. We started drinking at this one spot. I ordered the food. I didn't like it.
Interesting.
There's something about eating Mexican food at a restaurant there that doesn't give me. There's one spot I did try that was really good, but for the most part, there's nothing good about. Like a lot of good Mexican food comes from the home.
Yeah.
So that's where I always recommend somebody to find somebody who knows what they're doing. Yeah, and like they really give you that home cooked food meal.
I gotta take you to my grandma's.
You are half Mexican, right?
Yeah.
There
I
you go.
gotta take you to my grandma's.
So that
she can cook.
when are you going back?
To my grandma soon. I have to see her because now I drive. I have no excuse. I have to go visit her.
Okay.
Yeah.
The food was spectacular. The drinks were we went to this one spot, like we were really feeling each other. Like man, like it was such a beautiful moment. You know, we were just drinking. We were just a vibe. You know, I was living in the moment. I didn't pull my phone out for any reason.
Yeah.
It was really nice. You know, I really wanted to relive those moments with her again.
Yeah.
Super chill, bro. Like really, you know, it was just a vibe, you know. But I'm being like romantic about it, you know, because we did have a trip planned.
Yeah.
She had agreed to go with me alone
Mm-hmm.
the next weekend. And, you know, being from America, I may have overstepped my boundaries. You know,
Okay.
maybe I thought I was moving a little fast with her because, like, you know, I don't want to make it sound bad, but, like, who decides to go on a trip alone and, like, we don't really talk about the arrangements? My assumption as a man, you know, I had already assumed what the deal was going to be, which I shouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have assumed she was going to, you know.
You know what they say, don't assume because you look like an ass.
I look like a fucking head ass.
But I can understand where you're coming from, especially if you've shown interest with each other. But the other side to that is that it's not just interest you have to show. Like you have to show a physical interest in each other in order to know that like when you go on this trip, that
The implication,
you may engage
yeah.
in those activities.
And I'm not gonna get her drunk or something like that. Like if she
Yeah.
wasn't feeling me sober, that would just make me feel super uncomfortable because like I'm not
Yeah, I would never.
like I enjoy to drink and stuff, but I'm not trying to like and like that's not the only reason why we're having fun just to get fucked up and
Yeah.
start feeling on each other. No, like some of the best moments with her being there were just us chilling, enjoying the day, going out to the spots that were like super historic.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt like a dumbass the whole time. Like an idiot. I felt like uncomfortable because I knew that I had kind of disrespected her. Because of my own insecurities, I was like, yo, because I was just like already like, oh, like she's my girlfriend. Let's move a little quick. Like, hey, like I thought this is just how it is, and I thought that's what it was. I probably read it wrong.
To that too, though, is when was the last time you had a relationship?
It's been a cool minute, dog. Like a real one?
Yeah, like a real
Years.
relationship. Okay.
And on purpose, too. On purpose.
So it's been years, right?
Yeah.
And I'm assuming during that time that, you know, you knew what your arrangements were in that relationship right off the bat type of thing. Like, you had those those implications and those
Right.
activities
My
that you did a lot,
my
so you're
idea.
accustomed to that
Yeah,
already.
because like I was kind of like playing it fast and loose,
Yeah,
and maybe I should have read it a little more into it. Like
yeah,
I should have seen, because in hindsight, looking back at the way we used to text and talk,
mm,
and I would send her like hints,
mm,
like memes, like cutesy memes and like
yeah,
memes that would imply like, yo, like this is what I want.
right,
And her responses were always like very like was it tempered?
okay. And
I
you
knew.
felt like she was just playing hard to get, but you
I,
didn't read the room like that.
yeah, I thought
essentially.
maybe she was just like oh, like
Like if it happens in person, it'll happen.
yeah,
But I'm
like
not gonna
in
talk
hindsight,
about
I
it
was like,
over
oh,
the
maybe
phone.
because she doesn't say much, and I'm not throwing
Yeah.
her under the bus or anything. She's
Yeah.
just that's just reserved. Maybe she really like is nervous around me,
Yeah,
and so that in my head the whole time I felt like a piece of shit. Like I had to talk to you and Jose about it, and you guys
Yeah, a
helped me
couple of times.
realize kind of like what my like as a guy I was just thinking with my dick, and like
yeah,
because we're going on this trip that I automatically assumed we'd be sleeping in the same room.
yeah.
Not not the way it happened.
I mean, to be fair, there's nothing wrong with your assumption, except for the fact that, when I asked you that question, like, have you talked about it, and have you physically shown interest in each other? Like, those are the two key factors.
Yeah, she doesn't
It's-
show physical interest in me like that. I
Mm.
just assume it's her being
Closed off. Like,
yeah.
Guarded.
Yeah, like I'm not
that
gonna
kind of
move fast with you. Like I
Yeah.
just met you. You don't even live in the same place as
Yeah.
me. You're from over here. And she's mentioned like she brought up anecdotal
Mm.
evidence of
Mhm.
experiences that she once had and someone she knows had.
Mhm.
And I'm just like I'm not gonna let my insecurities get in the way and pretend like something else is up.
Yeah.
No, like
I mean,
what am I gonna do?
Look.
Like I'm working. We're working.
yeah,
We're doing this. We're distracted.
right.
And I went to go see her. Maybe it might have been a little too soon. But we broke.
I think you needed to see her to come to this realization that this relationship is going to be slower. than
And
what
like
you've
it's a
ever
real one. Yeah.
experienced. Like this is a real adult relationship, and if there's one thing I would say about my ex, and I don't really badmouth any of the girls I've dated, but the best thing I would say about her was that she made me realize what it's like to be in an adult relationship,
Mhm.
because I was used to, and no disrespect.
It was
to
kind
any-
of like a childish kind of hooking up
yeah, I was used to that. Just we're gonna hook up and have fun type
and
of
be
thing.
together. And part of it, a lot of it is going to be
And-
sex. Yeah.
And for the first time in my life, I was hit with the 3-date rule, right? Like we're going to go on 3 dates, and if we're still feeling each other, the third date you can break that ice.
I gotta
on the physical
know.
level.
No, I
Um,
think like I
No,
think.
it's a very adult thing to do.
Well, no, I think that okay, maybe that might be a boundary that some
Yeah.
people set for themselves, or like
Yeah.
if I don't, but I think it's a little dumb.
I do
because
too, but I
I've
think it
actually-
worked. I think it worked.
Okay,
lot
as a
better than I
boundary,
thought it
sure, yeah, fucking thing, bro. I swear to God, I'm gonna punch a hole in the wall. Okay, I can feel. I can sometimes you sometimes have it's called just you have that spark. You
Mhm.
talk to somebody
Mm.
and they're just talking back to you.
Mhm.
You're both engaged in this
Mhm.
like conversation, and you're both making like healthy eye contact, and you're like, holy shit, like I kind of find this person very attractive. Like
Yeah.
all of a sudden,
How often do you end up dating that girl?
not very often.
Exactly. And
Because
you know why?
it's like we just both maybe it's like this innate thing in our biology where just two people are like, ooh, this has sparked something in me. Let's move to the bedroom and let's get it over with.
Right, and you get it over with, and
You
this is
realize
where you have the
realization,
the PNC, right?
the post nut clarity. Yes,
PNC,
it's the
and you're
fucking
sitting
greatest.
Next to them, and you're like, now I feel like an asshole, and this is the thing, right?
You-
It's like women go,
But you feel like an
used
asshole
me.
because
You
you
used
knew
me.
you
I-
just wanted to fuck. But what if
No,
she
see,
also
I-
just
I
wanted
don't-
to?
I don't necessarily agree
Yeah,
with that.
yeah.
I don't always think it's just that I want to fuck. I think it's more of I'm super attracted to you. I'm super into you in that moment,
Uh-huh.
right? Like we're going to be great type of thing. And then after that, I'm thinking about it and I'm like, damn, like would I actually want to be with you? And
And
it's not your fault. It's not anything you did.
it
in the
is their
bedroom.
fault.
It's nothing. No,
They
it's
shouldn't
not.
have slept with you on the first night.
No, I disagree.
See,
I-
here's the thing.
I think
uh-huh.
you should. Well, obviously, it also matters where your values stand. But
It's a good point.
and this might be shallow for me, but I do believe that sex is a very important part of a relationship.
It's certainly a
because-
part of it.
No, like I believe it's like top 3.
What's the second and two? I mean, the second and third
The first
is sex.
No, first would be communication, 100%.
Okay.
I need communication.
Okay,
Second
lover
would be
boy.
loyalty, and then third one would be sex. But in order to get the 1 and 2, you need to have good sex, straight up.
Sex is part of it. Yes, you can tell when your partner is just not into it. I've
Yeah.
had, I've
Like-
been with women that you can tell they're
Mhm.
like just not feeling you, and it just
And-
stops.
And they might, they might have God's gift essentially. But
What is God's gift? What are you saying? Don't say shit like that. You leave it ambiguous, and I'm like,
you're
what are you
right,
saying?
know what? Yeah, I'm putting the pussy on the pedestal. Fuck that.
Nobody.
So look,
Okay, huh?
they might have great. I don't know why I'm being like.
What are
I'm
you
a blunt
saying?
person. Look, they might have good pussy, right? They might have-
Who?
they might have-
Nobody believes
No,
that.
Like a woman, like she might have great pussy.
Yeah,
but
I
she
was-
might not be good in bed.
But women
That's
don't
the
think. I
thing.
don't think women think that. I don't think women think they got the tightest.
You're tripping,
The women who think they
Well-
got the tightest honestly are walking around.
throwing it.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're not wrong.
I'm not sure. I'm just assuming. I'm making
I've slept with
assumptions.
some-
God bless her. God bless
Yeah.
God bless her family.
Mm-hmm.
God bless her father.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a matter of like, maybe it's my fucking brain. Like I'm just fucked. Like I'm just like I assumed that like moving fast means things are going good, because I remember the first time, like my
Interesting,
last real
okay.
relationship.
Mm.
But this is different. This is hard to talk about in the sense that, like, I was like getting out of high school, going into college,
Yeah.
and there's a lot of time between then and like your, which is weird to say, my late 20s.
Yeah.
I'm basically
And
30 now.
there's
I'm
a
basically
bunch of
30.
time. You're a whole different person than who
Yeah,
you
you're a
were
whole
at that
different
time.
person. You're a whole different person, and
But
like
so are they. And
So
what
are
you
they.
Also have to remember is like.
sometimes, who knows? I don't want to assume.
Nah, I believe every woman that I had been with in high school, not just like sexually, but like had an actual conversation with, and like we were friends and that type of thing. Every one of them is different. I've lost a couple of those women. Like my best friend, or someone I considered my best friend, I don't even speak to her anymore because she changed. Like she got married and she went to go live in bumfuck nowhere. And
No, it's just the one in
things
Vegas.
changed. I don't know if she lives.
Okay, look, check it. This is something everybody keeps telling me.
No.
But I don't understand, like she mentioned something about like, because look, a lot of people women her age in the small town,
Yeah.
this is just like the reality.
Okay.
Many of them are already married, have children, family, husband, like they've got a full-on life there, like
Yeah.
their life is there.
Yeah.
And because she's not the ideal, like she's just like us, bro. She's living her life like as if she lived in a regular place without her parents telling her what to do. Because it's understandable, if you live under your parents' roof, you have to follow their rules.
Yeah.
I understand that. Like, I realize the importance of rules and discipline. Like it makes certain things really important.
But that right there is something that your high school self didn't know, and that's
did.
something- No, you didn't.
When I was dating my ex at the time, in my head, I don't know if it was the weed or whatever psychedelic moments I had, trying weed, that my brain kind of opened up to this idea that how important family is,
Okay.
and understanding that like if my girlfriend is saying, hey, I want to go spend time with my family, I want to go spend time with my friends,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Yeah.
I understand that like you've known them a lot longer than I have, and I'm like the third one on your priority list. Go ahead. It's different though because we lived together. We didn't live together. We lived in the same place. We would see each other almost daily. And then when she went off to college, it was more like, oh, I'll see you once every couple months.
Right.
And then here went for the summer.
And you felt like you weren't being prioritized anymore.
No, never. It was more like I was my turn to prioritize what I was doing in life, right? And I think that's where like my insecurities got in the way because I got very comfortable with where I was in life, you know? Okay. And she was moving forward, and I was moving horizontally instead of vertically. Mm-hmm. And so I just remember thinking to myself, like, okay, like, as long as I let them do whatever they want, and they're constantly, you know, I'm being agreeable more than usual, then, you know, it should be fine. That wasn't the case. I needed to be clear with what I wanted and communicate it better.
Yeah.
And so that's what I learned. I was like, okay, it's one thing for me to be okay with some things, but I need to make sure that if there's something I don't like, I need to say so. Because conflict delayed is conflict magnified.
Pent-up aggression.
It
can become pent-up aggression.
It can become. We have to be careful with the words because people are allowed to feel and act out their emotions, but they also. I think there's a responsibility with those kinds of emotions, and in some ways, the day that we fought, her and I, like it was. We've essentially got into an argument, and I was mostly the one arguing in a circle because I was like confused. I was like, yo, like it's just that I lost my pocket knife.
Okay.
Because my dumbass forgot I had it in my pocket.
All right.
Because the fucking metal detector kept going off, and the guy kept asking me, "Sir, do you have anything else?" I'm like, "No, I don't. I don't have shit, sir." He passes the wand, beep, 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 beep. I'm like, fuck. In my head, I'm like, I forgot.
I have a pocket knife.
And it's like this, it's the perfect size. Perfect size for everything.
Hand.
Not even, it was just perfect. Everything about it was perfect. Dude takes it, he's like, "Sir, this is illegal." Walks away. Doesn't give me a chance to fight or negotiate for my fucking pocket knife back. Luckily, my weed and everything made it through. No big deal. Thank God bless. I lose it. I'm like, that's not a good sign. It's not a good sign. On my way back from Guadalajara, back to LA, I fall asleep on the plane. It's a 3-hour ride. I fall asleep on the plane with my AirPods on. No big deal. I wake up and one of them is missing.
Oh, that's tough.
I realize I'm like, let me take a quick scan.
No, that shit flew all the way to the back. It's gone. You're never.
I lost my left AirPod. Those are my favorite AirPods. Those were a gift.
Damn, that's crazy because I thought I had lost my left AirPod when you left. And I've been looking for it the entire time, and I found it yesterday.
I fucking lost it.
Thank God.
That shit, I'm like...
And you have the new ones, right?
No, I got the first gen. But here's the thing, though. I realized what I learned from this trip is, like, I forgot what it's like to have a girlfriend. I forgot what it's like to take it slow with someone that you actually want to get to know. I allowed my insecurities from back then to get in the way. Like, they showed up. And I immediately almost fucking gave in. I was so uncomfortable that whole weekend. We stayed together 3 nights.
Yeah.
You know, I won't go into detail, but we had a blast.
Yeah.
It was beautiful. Like, if it wasn't for what I had done on Friday night, she said, you know, something might have happened. But my dumbass decided to fuck it up like a fucking idiot, like a fucking guy who can't think for himself and use his dick instead of his brain. Fucking guy. I swear to God.
The nice thing is...
No, but here's the thing.
You had to learn this
I had to learn this lesson because the next person I date... Just kidding. I know, right? Damn, I'm a fucking savage, dude. Strong. Like, who the fuck is going to make it this far? And what is she going to do? Google Translate this whole thing? I'm just kidding. Relax. Bro, see, you got to be a little more fun, dude. Because, like, if you're too stiff, people are going to think we're faking it.
Yeah,
no, we're not faking it. This is just really who we are. No, look here, without without airing my laundry out. Super fun, had a blast. You know, what else? I drank. She gave me a bottle of tequila and some carrot cake for my birthday.
Nice.
Yeah, right. That was beautiful. I cried in front of her. A little bit. I teared up a little bit.
Why?
Cause that shit was beautiful, dog. Like she came over, she was like, "Hey, here's your." Like I honestly wasn't expecting anything. I honestly was just like, "Hey, I just want to spend time with you."
Yeah.
And she shows up with a bottle of tequila and a carrot cake.
And there you go.
It was beautiful.
See, it's the.
It was beautiful.
You
It was
know
the
what
little
is?
things,
It's
dog.
the little things that you have to appreciate because
There was this moment we were out
that
there,
might be her love language.
bro. Yeah, because
And
we
those
were out
moments.
there. I remember like how mad she was still at me, and we ordered McDonald's,
Nice.
Uber Eats, and we watched the soccer game. I mean, she doesn't like soccer.
But she stayed there and watched it with you.
Yeah, right there next to me.
You gotta appreciate that.
That shit was beautiful.
You do.
I did. I really did appreciate it, and I feel like a dumbass for having. I'm only airing it out because I have already talked to, everyone about it, and
Yeah.
I feel better. And I'm a monster.
Yeah. We all are.
Not everyone needs to understand how to integrate their monster. But I'm a monster, and I realized it, and I'm back at square one with her.
I wouldn't say square one.
Yeah, because like we text, but like because she's over there and I'm over here, the communication is different.
Yeah.
And I just assume,
But that's what I said over time.
because
if it continues.
but because
right?
again, I'm the third boyfriend on the list. She texts everyone else before me, which is fine. I'm in the
like,
queue.
Yeah.
I'm in the queue for the.
but she felt fine going with you alone until you fucked it up.
Until I fucked it
And
up.
this is why this is a good lesson to learn. And I'll tell you what. Now that I think about it, and I never spoke to you about it, it's crazy. But I did the same. I actually did the same.
Mhm.
But she was my girlfriend. But we hadn't like seen each other in a while, and I was getting paid really well at work, and I said, okay, let's have a nice trip. And I did tell you that I took her to this beautiful resort in
Joshua Tree,
no, not Joshua Tree.
Portland.
No, this is no. This isn't my recent ex. This is one of my other exes. Took her to a really, really nice hotel, and we went to dinner. And I remember she told me she always wanted to try Red Lobster, so I took her to Red Lobster.
That's funny.
And we ended up fighting at Red Lobster, and I forget about what, but it was like the stupidest shit. It was so fucking dumb that when we got back to the hotel, she was like, "I'm just gonna hop in the bath, in the shower, like, I'll see you in a bit." And I was like, "All right, whatever." Right? And my dumbass was like, "The fuck? Like, she doesn't appreciate what I did. I took her to dinner. I took her to the fucking hotel. Like, this beautiful 5-star hotel. Like, I'm doing everything. She doesn't want to take a picture with me. All this shit, right?" I'm in my head about it. But I fucked it up. I did. And in the end, like, I somewhat recuperated it. Like, we were laying together and like talking about, like the relationship going forward and how we need to like quit the fighting and actually like communicate. And I remember she told me, holy shit. She told me we should go to couples counseling. If you really would like want to make this last, I think we should.
That's
go
a
to
red
couples
flag.
Counseling. Yeah, but I was also like, damn, like she's willing to go to couples counseling.
That's
like,
too far, bro. Like you need couples counseling when y'all.
Nah, we were a couple of months in for sure.
Months? That's it. Yeah, no, that's a red flag, dog.
We were like 7.
She needs to shut the
7
fuck
or
up.
8.
Couples
some
therapy
shit.
for fucking kids? Come on, shut the fuck up. Go see a pediatrician, girl. She's too young for you.
No. See, the thing is, at the time,
Yeah.
like,
Mhm.
we were in love.
At the
Like,
time.
we were in love, and we had little things that we had to work out between each other for sure. And to this day, I mean, those little things like that screwed the relationship, and that's on me. And I understand that now. Like as a older, mature man.
I didn't watch any
I
porn,
understand
by the
those
way,
things.
leading up to the trip.
Yeah, good.
You told me not to.
Good.
I did.
Yeah, me too.
I almost blew my brains out because I couldn't take it anymore. Thank you guys, everybody, so much for joining and tuning in. We'll catch you next time. Peace.
We're ending it on porn. Peace.